that catalogers do have a big place to play in the whole process, even though many times they're the most recalcitrant group to bring around. But I've tried to get that across to my cataloging people, that they have the skills that most of us do not have. You know, they have the skills to describe resources that we do not have, and many of us don't have the patience to have to do. So how, I think we're with a couple of people, they're coming along, but you know, I think that's an important thing to try to get across to people, try to be more positive about, you know, this isn't something to be threatened by, this is a positive a place that you can have in the organization. How do you do that? How can that happen?
It really is a mentoring process. It's identifying. I know most of my career has been built on trying to retool catalogers to this new environment, and what I found, I mean, they have an attention to detail that other librarians don't. They have the skill of organizing and describing resources, which is very detail-oriented, very time-consuming, but we just don't need it in a certain environment right now, and that's the print environment. We need it in this new environment that we're going into, born digital, digitized things, special collections that has no access whatsoever. And so we need to help them see that, you know, those skills and talents are needed. The problem is that catalogers love complacency, and they love order, and they don't like change. And so any change in workflow, any change in a daily ritual becomes a major issue. And we need to identify and help those people who, for one, don't have issues with that, who are those types of people, who are okay with moving forward or changing gears. The ones that do have problems changing gears, I think the best way to help do that is to, as I've said before, we need to acknowledge the loss of what's going on here. That you know, you've been doing this for 20 years. It's been a great job. You know, this OPAC that we've got is great, but you know what? According to statistics, nobody's using it. Nobody's using this. So we need to move forward in a new direction. We've got a lot of unaccessible stuff here, which is much more exciting than the print, because you get to do it from scratch. You know, and we're going to help you to do that. I mean, we don't need full-level cataloging, but we do need some type of access. So we need your help to develop the template to catalog this stuff. We need you to help us catalog this stuff. And we want your ideas of how we can produce a project schedule to get it done. And we also need you to help us with this born digital stuff that doesn't use MARC metadata, but uses other types, because faculty are producing it. And they're using things like TEI or Dublin Core or EAD. And yeah, those are scary terms, but you know what? It's like MARC a lot. And with a little bit of training, we can do that too. And we want to support you and do that, and we're going to provide you the resources to do that. And so then help them with that, and maybe even, you know, on a sheet of paper, show them, here's our challenges. We've got this collection up there, it's got this many items, no access. We've got this collection over here, this faculty member has produced it, it's getting a lot of rave reviews on the internet, but we want to provide better access, and we need someone who can do this in EAD, so we want to train somebody to do that. Those types of, when you put it down on paper and you show the specific problems there, you will often get these types of individuals to step up and say, well, okay, I'm willing to try this one. It's the amorphous. When you just say, we just need you to switch. Switch to what? Switch to doing what? So it's pretty much from the administrator's standpoint, we need to be much more specific about what we need them for. We need to be we need to show them that we're going to keep our word, we're going to provide them with the tools and the training, okay, in this new environment. And we're going to reward them when they move into it in whatever ways we can. Now, it may not be monetary, but it certainly will be with praise. It certainly will be with recognition within the organization. So because all studies have found that it's not always money that motivates employees. It is recognition and praise that motivates employees. And when they feel like they're needed, money becomes no object. When they feel like they get up in the morning and they're going to a place where people care about them and they're recognized for their talents and works. So we need to do our job behind the scenes to produce the kinds of things that will help move that change forward. It's not just saying, we need you to stop doing this and do that. We really need to provide that chart and that template for them to follow, to see what do we mean? What do you need me to be doing? Or what options do I have? That's the best way that I always try to make decisions, is that if you provide options, not just one way, but many ways to participate, then people can pick and choose what's comfortable for them at that point in time. And then hopefully you eventually get a groundswell and the change can start moving forward.